Hi everyone, welcome to our Wednesday, 5th of September weekly online event. My name is Greta and I am your host tonight. I'm going to spotlight myself so you can see a huge face in your face. Haha. Okay, so what to expect on our event tonight? We are going to talk about what we are up to. We're going to talk about our products, and most importantly, we're going to talk about our own personal stories and how the products have helped us deal with certain things in our lives. So to kick things off, I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about my story. And for those who know me, they know that I love to talk about poo, but why is that? It's because the products have helped me with something that I've been suffering for a very long time. That is irregular bowel movements. And for me, it was issues with digestive system for a very, very long time since I could remember. My mom used to feed me prunes and I hated it, and I used to flush them down the toilet and then they wouldn't flush and I would freak out. I'm like, what do I do? But luckily, I found a solution to that. Now, before I found a solution, I just thought this is, we all have issues. This is normal. We all suffer with something. Until my friend Bella, who's also on the call, she said to me, babe, this is my story. I think it could really help you. But she thought it could help me deal with my anxiety. Little did she know that it would help me with so many other things. So first and foremost, it really helped me to get my bowel movements regulated. So I was shooting for the nation 3 times a day. I was like the happiest person, because in return what that did, it really helped me with my bloated tummy. So I would wake up in the morning without a bloated tummy, and I would go to bed without a bloated tummy, and it just really boosted my self-confidence. And another thing that it really helped me with was my eczema. This is something I've also been suffering for a very long time, and it also helped me with boils. Boils is something that I've suffered for the last 4 to 5 years. I was so afraid and ashamed of showing my legs to an extent where all I would do was just wear trousers, because I was so ashamed of my legs, because they have scarring, and they also, if you don't know what boils are, they just they look like infected spots on your legs. So I just wanted to avoid nasty looks on the street, so I covered myself up. But what I wanted to add is something that happened to me recently, and maybe you'll understand why I'm like out of breath for some of this video, but I'm trying my best. I was involved over a month ago in they call it motor vehicle traffic accident, aka I got hit by a car. Choo-choo. Wouldn't recommend that. But why am I saying this is because when you go through a huge trauma, because you can imagine your body takes up a lot of energy to heal. And I didn't realize the impact that the accident had on me until my friend the next day, Bella, thank you, she came to see me, and I thought I was going to pass out. I was like, babe, like, obviously the weather didn't help. It was really, really hot, but I had very little nutrition in me. I was dehydrated, and I was fizzing out. So what we did, we doubled up on the magic beans for a while, and I was drinking a lot more water. And straight away, I remember the day when she came, it was the next day after my incident. She came and she said, have you had any food? Did you take your magic beans? My answer was no, because all I could think about is how bad I was feeling. So I wasn't thinking to do anything for myself. So she said, right, let's get your magic beans, double on the dose. And within literally 9 minutes, if not less, I was like, oh my God, I'm alive. I'm not gonna die. And I know for some people are like, oh, whatever, but I even myself didn't know. I thought this is something that I learned. I thought magic beans only work within maybe 4, 5, 6 hours. So I thought if I take them now, it's still not going to do anything. And then she said, no, like it absorbs into your system. It's like within 5 minutes. I was like, right, let's do this. So I swallowed it. And another thing that I learned is to swallow 2 at a time now. So I'm very proud of myself because of the amount of pills that I've been swallowing for the last freaking month. It's crazy. But yeah, I just think it was amazing. On top of that, I was really afraid that I'm going to be left with a pretty nasty scar on my knee, because it literally, the way I felt, the biggest scar was on my knee where it scraped. So I can share the photo with any of you that want. So when I had my knee, it literally, it looked like somebody took a spoon and just scooped my skin out. I was like, shit, like I'm gonna have a huge scar. Great, like I'm already conscious about my legs. I'm gonna have a scar on my knee now, whatever, like I don't care. And it was just amazing. The way my body was healing was super, super painful, but my knee healed in the way where there is no sign of any scarring. So I was super, super happy about that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, so I'm now going to pass you over to the lovely Sheila, who's going to talk a little bit more about these magic beans. Sheila, over to you.
Thanks, Greta. Good to see you back, and it's good to see you looking so well. Okay, so what we're talking about, these things. See? These are our magic beans. That's our affectionate name for them. The company is Juice Plus. Now, Juice Plus has been around for 20 years. But I had to go to Thailand and meet Sharon Anyos from Australia to hear about Juice Plus. That was in November last year. When I met her, I wasn't in a great place physically. I was in a lot of pain. I was exhausted, and I was beginning to lose hope that I'd ever actually feel any better. Sharon chatted to me, told me about these magic beans and said, why not give them a try? And I thought, well, what have I got to lose? So I did, and it took a while, to be honest, before I actually felt any different. But when I look back after 4 months of having them, I realised that I'd lost weight, I had more energy, I had more focus, my hair was growing faster. That was expensive because I got to go to the hairdressers more often. My nails were growing, which when I'd been biting them for 60 odd years was pretty amazing. No, generally I didn't have any pain in my joints, which was pretty amazing too. Having a bit at the moment, but I'm doubling up on the magic beans, and that's helping. So, what are they? Well, basically, it's the next best thing to fruit and veg. Yeah, fruit and veg. Now, we all know that we're supposed to eat a healthy diet, and that's what keeps us fit and healthy and stops us getting ill, that sort of thing. And the powers that be say we should eat at least 5 portions of fruit and veg a day. In reality, who does? I certainly don't, and a lot of people I know don't eat 5 fruit and veg. In fact, my nutritionist some years ago told me that I should eat at least 9. Well, that was a joke. But with these, I'm making up the difference. This is the difference between what I do eat and what I should eat. Now, in there is about 30 different fruit and veg. What we've done, well, the company has done, is they have grown those fruit and veg organically. They have picked them at the optimum ripeness when the phytonutrients are the most powerful. And then they have dehydrated them and taken the sugar out, and they've popped them into a capsule, which is vegan, gluten-free and lactose-free, which is pretty amazing, really. Now, because they've been going for donkey's years, they've had lots of research done on them as well. And we can't legally say that they will help you with this ailment and this ailment and this ailment. The EU legislation doesn't allow to say that. But the the research reports do say that it helps with dental health, it helps with skin health, it helps boost the immune system. What else does it do? Oh, it helps improve the way our blood vessels work. So that is all shown in the research. So basically, you are giving yourself, when you're taking these, you are giving yourself the best chance of your body working properly. The amazing thing about these is that Juice Plus are very clever, and they've produced these little beasties. Now, these little beasties are the same stuff in a gummy. We're all adults in our house. We shouldn't really need these. They're so good. For kids, but for us as well. And the fantastic thing about what Juice Plus does is they make those available to kids free of charge when you become a customer and order the magic beans. So for every person who orders magic beans, they can sponsor one child, and that child can be sponsored for up to 4 years. And that is having a dramatic effect on children's health around the world. There's over 1 million kids so far have been on these magic beans, and we're finding that they are more focused at school. They're actually wanting fruit and veg, and they're actually going to the fridge and asking for salad. They're more focused, they're fitter, they have less days off school, less colds and things, and generally feeling a lot better about life. So that is our main product. But we have some other things as well. The other things we've got are our completes. Now, for busy people like me, most of the time, these are absolutely fantastic. They're a godsend, because these little things, these shakes, are a meal in a glass. They have all the fruit and veg nutrients that I've talked about in the Juice Plus capsules. They've got protein, they've got carbohydrate, and they taste gorgeous. I mean, I've been on a few diets in my time, and I've had God knows what meal replacements, and they taste disgusting. These I absolutely love. And this one, the vanilla, every morning with banana and fruits, various fruits. What do we have? Blueberries and strawberries and cherries and raspberries and anything else we can find, with a few nuts, and gorgeous. Way to go. Bella had avocado and melon this morning. Wow, that's a nice one. And then they do these. These are the complete bars, which are great to stick in your handbag when you're on a run and you haven't had time for breakfast, or you haven't got time for lunch, or you just fancy a snack. I would have shown you the chocolate ones, but they go awfully quickly in our house, so there's no chance of that. Again, gluten-free, lactose-free, vegan, just a ticket if you're on the run. Some people use them as meal replacements as part of a weight loss program. And I understand that they're very effective for that as well. Finally, I forgot about this, I should have done this earlier. These beasties, omegas. Now, we all know for brain health, joint health, whatever, omegas are great for us. These are 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 as a blend. But the amazing thing is, no fish was harmed in making these omegas. They are completely vegan. They come from the algae that the fish get the omegas from, and from things like pomegranate and a few other things that I can't remember. There's other seed oils in there as well. So a great product as well. And if you want to hear somebody extol the virtues of this, speak to Jackie, because she really knows an awful lot about them. I think that's most of the products that I want to talk about today. But the other thing I want to say is that because we are aligned in this group with an amazing couple in Australia called Adam and Kira Westwick, we have some extra bonuses as well. Adam has been in the fitness industry for decades. Kira, his wife, is appeared on MasterChef in Australia, so she knows a bit about food. And together, what they've done is they've put together what they've called the Juicy Body Transformation Program. Now, this is a fantastic program online, which becomes available to anybody who uses our products. And it contains lots of fantastic recipes, fitness programs, programs to help you lose weight, programs to help you get fitter. There's a regular shred where people can actually win money by using the products and seeing how it transforms their bodies. What's the other thing? They do lots of special things like there's kids recipes and things like that. So it's a fantastic resource which is available to you as part of taking part in this group and in using our products. So I could go on forever, but I could probably ramble a bit as well. But I shall now pass over to Jackie, and she's going to tell you a bit more about what we do. Thanks very much, Jackie.
Oh, thanks, Shields. That was amazing. Amazing. Love it, love it, love it. I love it. Those jujube sweets, they don't last that long in our house either. I stopped getting them for Georgia because I kept on wanting to eat them. There was no point whatsoever of us having them here because I just smashed the whole packet. It's lovely. So I'm just going to tell you my product story. So basically, Juice Plus came into my life when I was at a time where I was very, very low, and I'd always been very healthy. I'd always been very active. I played hockey at a very high level. I danced 16 hours a week. I never had a lack of energy in my life. And then last year, January, February, I'd been suffering, or I'd been diagnosed with menopause already, and I'd been really trying to find a product that was going to give me what I needed to go into my old age, because I went to the doctor and he said, yes, you've got menopause, you're in menopause and you have to have HRT. And I thought, how dare you? You're a man. What do you know about what I'm going through? And how dare you tell me that I just have to take HRT? So I said to him, why? I want to know why. Why? And he said to me, well, because you get brittle bones. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I went on a mission to try and find a product that had vitamin D and calcium in it, because you have to have them both together to be able to take them in. And all of them were firstly animal protein or animal derived vitamin D, so your body just rejects them. And I knew that already from a doctor friend of mine who was a holistic healer. Anyway, I really struggled, and everything made me feel nauseous, and it made me put on weight, and I was just not feeling myself. And then in January last year, I was working very, very hard. I was at a new job that just was working 12 hours a day, and I literally just felt like death. I didn't feel like myself. I felt old. I actually felt a bit depressed now that I think of it, but I never ever thought of myself as a depressive person. So I really struggled with that. And, you know, people tell you, yes, you get hot flushes with menopause, but what they don't tell you about is all the other changes that happen in your body, the weakness in your muscles that you feel, the constant lack of energy. I just didn't feel like me anymore. And I then suddenly felt stupid. So I was reading my emails, and suddenly I had to read them 2 or 3 times to comprehend. And I realized, oh my God, this menopause thing, not so nice. So I actually saw my friend Bella posting, because she's a great advocate. So, and I was like, she's winning. She's got super energy. And I saw her, I met up with her for drinks, and I thought, oh my goodness, she's out drinking me. What's that all about? And she was absolutely super healthy. And I thought, oh, you know what? I'm willing to try anything actually. But I did my research and I looked at the product, and I absolutely loved it. I just loved the product. I immediately cottoned onto the fact that it was all plant-based, and that plant-based nutrition is well known in the industry. Anybody who's a nutritionist will tell you that taking in any kind of calcium, and that is going to be from a plant-based rather than an animal source. So that impressed me straight away. And basically, because my friend Bella would never take rubbish and put it in her body, I knew I could completely trust her. So I thought I'll just try it. Within 2 weeks of being on the product, I took the premium straight away, the premium capsules. And within 2 weeks of being on the product, I had energy like I had not felt in years. Literally, when I started exercising, I found that I had energy to exercise every night, and that hadn't happened for about 2 years. And the only difference was taking Juice Plus, so it had to be that. I also had a lovely tendinosis that I'd been happily ignoring, hoping it would go away for a long time, and it wasn't. And I couldn't even get my arm to here. But within 2 months, I suddenly could get my arm to there. And suddenly I can do this with my arm that I could never do for 2 or 3 years. When we went on holiday, I couldn't actually, you know how you lie on your arm when you're tanning? I couldn't put this arm up here. I couldn't sleep on the side. It was really just awful. And that, I didn't do anything extra that I hadn't been doing. The only difference was the Juice Plus. So I was sold at it. And then came the Omegas, and as Sheila says, Omegas, I love them. They're my best thing in the world. Honestly, they were the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. My brain literally felt like a light went on. Within 2 weeks of taking them, my brain switched on. I was so much more alert. And actually, over time, my eyesight has got a lot better. It was deteriorating because I sit and look at a computer every day. My eyesight got better, my brain function is better, my comprehension of things and how quickly I do things, and even my multitasking, which became non-existent once I got menopause, which is very annoying because I love to do 10 things at once, and I couldn't do it. It was really annoying and it was really frustrating, but suddenly that's all coming back. And then the shakes are my go-to thing every day because they have the vitamin D and they have the calcium, and then together they are my go-to breakfast every day. And actually on certain occasions, if I'm working late or if I'm really, really stressed, I'll have a shake sort of towards the evening time. Sometimes, like on Monday night, I had to work till 9 o'clock. I was starving, but I was on the run and I really just needed to finish. So I grabbed myself a shake, and in actual fact, I felt like my stress levels went way down the minute I took the shakes, which is something that's just, you know, how else can you explain it? Because my stress levels were sitting up there and I was ready to kill someone, but I just calmed, and it was amazing. And Greta, what you were saying about taking your beans and suddenly they kick in, they do. Within 10 minutes, they kick in. And it's like a little bit of an energy surge when you haven't had them, and then I took them at lunchtime the other day by mistake because I was in such a hurry and I'd woken up late. And then I took them and suddenly my energy just went up. Sorry, I won't carry on, but I just wanted to say one last thing about the Omegas. My mum's not here obviously, but my mother is 87. And last year she had a diagnosis from the optometrist or the ophthalmologist, that she has macular degeneration, which is nothing they can do about. But with the macular degeneration comes this dry eye syndrome. And she was putting in these drops every hour. She had to spray these drops in her eyes and things. And it wasn't getting any better. And the ophthalmologist said to her, there's not much we can do for you. It literally is what it is. You're 87, your eyes are old. So she had another scan in February. And then on the 8th of August, I had to take her to have a cataract done. And because her scan was old, they decided that they were going to do another scan. And my mother has a 30% improvement on her macular degeneration. Now, the only thing that she has changed is Juice Plus and the Omegas. It's since when she's been on the Omegas. So I can only highly recommend them for eye health. I can't think of a better product. So I'm going to pass over to the lovely Amy, and she's going to tell you a little bit about how our business runs and how we do life, really. Over to you, Amy.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Jackie. I just want to reiterate what you said about how hello, I'm there. How your energy levels sort of kick in. And some mornings, because I'm sort of getting up early and rushing out of a routine sometimes, and I forget to take mine, and being on the road, I'm just like, why do I feel so sluggish? And I'll just like twig. I'm like, forgotten to take my magic beans. and then I had to take them at night. But it is such a big difference, and I've just started taking the omegas too. So on my way to Superwoman. Right, so I'm going to tell you about how Juice Plus works compared to your typical corporate traditional business. And lucky when I started, my sister-in-law introduced me to the business, so I could see how well she was doing. So when this question came about of, is it one of those pyramid schemes, it didn't really cross my mind. So the answer to that is no, it's not, because those expired. Those were made illegal in the 1970s. So we can completely forget about that. But what I'm going to tell you tonight is just to give you a bit of comparison between us and your how our sort of Juice Plus structure works to your typical corporate business. So when we think of a corporate business, a lot of us will see either, if you get your company's organogram, you'll get a pyramid through, or you'll get sort of an organogram that there's always something the same, and that is that you have got, oh damn, I got that same issue as I did last week. I didn't replace my pens. You've got that one person above, and that is your CEO. And that lovely person up there is making us all work extremely hard so he can enjoy his yachts and his like lovely holidays on the beach and things like that. But the difference is, so when you join a normal business, a corporate business, you've either got to have some form of qualification, you've got to have an X amount of experience in the role that you're applying for, and you can start at the bottom, or you can sometimes come in. For myself, I'm currently at senior management level, and comes with that is a lot of stress, long hours. My contract says 9 to 5. Yeah, I don't know what those hours are. They definitely are not 9 to 5. I'm on the road. Some days I'm on the road for 8 hours in my car, like literally 8 hours in my car. That is not fun. But to get up the ladder, you've obviously got to either have more training, you've got to gain more qualifications. But as you see, it gets less up. There's less opportunities the further you go up. And the thing is, the dream of hitting the real pinnacle, becoming CEO, is quite a big dream, because I know in my business, I've been with my company for 10 years, and I've seen 3 CEOs in 10 years, because they come in, they're strategically placed, they come in with a plan, they know what they need to do, and then off they go again. Someone comes in and shuffles us all around again. So it's quite a big dream to get to the top. We can all make our way up, but it just gets a little bit more stressful, and you obviously gain a lot more responsibility. So what I want to, the biggest change is with us, it's a different shape. It's an open box rectangle. So it doesn't matter who you are, what qualifications you've got, how much experience you've got in anything in life, in any qualifications, we all start in the same position. And as you can see, there's no limit to this. You start and you can make your way up to the top. Every single person that joins Juice Plus has got the opportunity to get to the top. Our top promotion position in the UK is Presidential Marketing Director. Everyone, every single person, you don't have to be a certain person, every single person has the opportunity to get to the top. But if you don't want to go to the top, you don't have to. You can stop there if you want to. There's no set targets. There's no one breathing down your neck telling you you've got to get a certain amount of sales in. You do it at your own pace. You do it in your own time. This business gives you time freedom, and that's what it is. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, you can do your work while your little kiddies are at school. You can plan your day. So when they're home, you get to spend that quality time with them. And that is the reason I joined this business, because I'm hoping to start a family, and I want to be in a position where I can actually stay at home with them. I've waited a hell of a long time to actually make that a reality, and I want to stay at home and enjoy them. I'll probably be wanting to boot them out to school probably in a few years' time, but at that time I'll enjoy it. But also, when you join, when you get a team, it's all about helping them and caring for them. So the more people you care for, the more people you support, the further you go. So it's just a reflection on who you help and how many families that you change. But I just wanted to show a very brief situation in how different our business structures are and the freedom that this business does actually give you. So I'm going to pass you over to Mel, and she's going to tell you exactly how we can do the business and where our friends and family come from. Over to you, Mel.
Hello. Aha. Hi everyone. I totally get it with all those stories. Yeah, just getting a little rush, taking magic beans in the morning, and I've, religiously lately just been taking. I have a shake every morning now, and I've actually been getting a few hot flushes, and taking everything in the morning you need is the fruits, veggies and berries, and a shake, mixed in with berries. I feel amazing. So I totally get where everyone's coming from, and it's all plant power, which is amazing. But yeah, when I started with the business, I thought that you might have to know a lot of people, and I was totally wrong. I had a Facebook account, but I wasn't active on it at all. Before that, a little while before that, I've moved from the UK to Australia, so I left lots of family and friends over there, and so I really didn't know that many people. So I thought, I would probably have to be one of these really annoying people that would have to hassle a few friends that I did know. And the other thing is there's so many different people that do this business as well. You have to look on tonight, and me and Mum. There's teachers, nurses, so many people doing this business, and anybody can do it as long as you're teachable and you can duplicate that. Then you can have a great little business. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So we have Kira, who started Juicy Body Transformation, who Sheila was talking about, with her husband Adam. So she wrote the program. Now she's shared the business with Jackie, and she's also gone and shared that with Erin. Now Erin is, Kira is in Gold Coast, Erin is in Melbourne. She's gone to share that with Jordana, or I think maybe Melbourne, and she's gone to share it with Tammy. Then you've got Leah, who I met through my husband, who used to work with her. She had a baby and was in the corporate world. Absolutely impossible to bring up a newborn if you're in the corporate world. So she started sharing this and was really growing her business. She shared it with Joe. Joe shared it with Megan. She's shared the business with me. I've shared it with Kirsten, who is in the Faroe Islands, which is near Denmark. Met her through Instagram. I also shared the business with Rima, who I met at a Mother's Play group. And as you can see, this is what we call a popcorn effect. So it's like corn going off from the pot. It's like, this is like your business growing. So you can be asleep and your business keeps growing. Yeah, so that's that little bit tonight. I'll pass you on over to.
Thanks, Mel. We're passing on to Christina.
Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Grace. Hi, everyone. My name's Christina. I hope you're all well. Firstly, I just want to say I love all your stories. They're amazing. It's so nice to hear how much it's helped you all. And yeah, it's just, I love hearing you all talk. So well done, ladies, and thank you for sharing. So generally, I think everyone's taken this on and started taking their magic beans because they want to feel healthier and they want to feel better in themselves. and that's kind of why we start taking them. And people, because you know, most of us have started thinking, okay, actually I see how amazing these are, or like Amy, she saw how amazing they were and how much they helped her sister-in-law, decided to take on the business as well. And that with it brings on a whole host of other benefits and other beautiful things that we have, which is the help where everybody helps each other. It's such an amazing and beautiful supportive community. You get help literally every step of the way, and just such a nice bunch of people to be around. And I know in my job I've had some lovely people, but some not so great people. And with this, it's different. Everyone's a completely different mindset. So I love that. So yeah, as well as all our health benefits and all the brilliant things we have, we then have the business side, and with that obviously is money. So I'm going to just take you through how we actually get paid. Now, I'm going to take you through the UK plan because they're slightly different in every country, but I'm in the UK, so I'll talk you through the UK one. We get paid 3 different ways. So you get your retail value, your commission, and you also get bonuses. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I love a bonus, and I'm sure you all here do too. So I'll actually just run you through those. There are quite a few, so I won't tell you about each and every one of them, but I'll start you off and explain where we start and then where we end, and there's a few in between. So everybody, like you've heard, everybody starts at exactly the same place. Day one, we all walk into the business and we are a dealer. So not that kind of dealer, we're a magic beans, plant-based goodness dealer. And very, very quickly, you can move up to your next position in the business, which is DD. So all you need for that is 4 premium orders, and actually would have smashed the points that you need in order to get to your DD with 4 premium orders, and your own count towards your points as well, which is beautiful. So you actually become your first customer, which I think is very cute. So yeah, so you go from dealer to DD, and then from there it's all works in stages. So then when you move up to your next stage, which is SDD, this is where you can unlock your first bonus, which is £300. Woo! Now, I got this in my company after being there for 9 years. So obviously I'm still happy to have got the bonus, but it took quite a long time. And this you can probably do, well, most definitely do if you want to, a lot quicker than that. And that's only the first bonus that you get. The next stage you jump up to is SC, and at that position you can unlock a bonus of £900. So that's a lovely jump there. So definitely lots of shoes or a little holiday or whatever it is you'd like to do with that money. And the next position you then go up to is SSC, and in that position you get a bonus of £1,800. I don't know about anybody else, but that is a beautiful sum of money for me, and there's a lot I could do with that. And that's just the bonus. You'd also still be getting all the different money that you're getting each month from your normal orders and your commission, and this is just a little extra on the side, just the fun money. And then you have quite a few different positions in between, and then you jump to that beautiful one that you've already heard of, which is PMD, which I think is such a great title. It's Presidential Marketing Director. And when you jump to that one, you can get a bonus of £28,800. Now, I haven't miswritten that. That's the right numbers there. And just to put it into perspective for people who may not be in the UK, that's actually the national average salary for a whole year. And that is just your bonus that you'd get in 1 month when you reach that PMD position. So yeah, so for me, as well as everything else that I love, we do all need money to live. And if, you know, this is what you're going for, as well as your health benefits, then there is so much that you can do and that you can unlock with this business with the money, and then you can do literally anything you want. So yeah, I'm trying to create freedom, and I think everyone else is too, and this is my ticket to it. So thank you for watching, and I'll now pass you on to the next person. Sorry, I wasn't quite sure.
It's Benna's time. She's going to share her business story. Thank you, Christina. I love your PJs.
Thank you. I do love my bed.
Hi everyone, thanks Chris. So, as you heard, I introduced a couple of the lovely people on this call to the business. So I came across the Magic Beans in October of 2016. And I had been suffering for about 3, maybe 4 years of all sorts of different things. And I was going to the doctors over and over, and they kept diagnosing me with a vitamin D deficiency. And they pumped me with like really high dose vitamin D supplements, and my symptoms just kept getting worse, to the point where I couldn't hold a mug of coffee with one hand because my fingers hurt so much. I couldn't chop vegetables. I had aches in all my joints. I walked around like this, like I was a stiff man that needed, like the Tin Man that needed oiling, because I was so stiff, the stiff man. Sorry. Yeah, I suffered really bad anxiety, which I didn't really have previously, which gave me really bad insomnia. Now, I was somebody who would do a 12-hour stretch, no problem at all, not wake up to go to the toilet or anything if the alarm wasn't set. I've always loved my sleep. I still love my sleep. And for about 2 years, I couldn't fall asleep. And then when I did, I was waking up 5-6 times a night, which was driving me absolutely insane. I was having conversations with people at work that weren't at all emotional, and I would suddenly have this overwhelming feeling to burst into tears, and I'd feel like, what the hell? And I'd sometimes just have tears rolling down my face for absolutely no reason. Anyway, I kept going back, and eventually I was actually diagnosed with having gone through early menopause, which absolutely devastated me. Yep. Hayes, it was sad, we know. Shush. And I didn't want to go on HRT because I was really scared of all the cancer links and stuff. And I look back and I realised that actually I was really angry with synthetic hormones, because I had been on the pill for quite a lot of years, and I feel that actually they'd masked the symptoms to an extent so that by the time I found out, it was far too late for me to even try to conceive naturally. And so that was just taken away. And it was something I wanted from the age of 12. So anyhow, I had a beautiful friend who's in Australia who was posting about the magic beans. So I reached out to her to find out what the hell they were. And it was basically fruit, veg and berries. And I was literally falling apart. I mean, the list of symptoms I had, I could write maybe a book. I can't even remember half of them, but hot flushes was not something I was noticing, because I actually really like to be warm. I hate being cold, and I really feel the cold, and the heat doesn't really bother me. So I only actually realized I was having those after I'd been diagnosed, which is a bit weird. So I reached out and she signed me up, and for the first 2 months I didn't think it was doing anything other than making me wide awake when I got up out of bed, and I didn't need coffee anymore or a shower to wake me up, which is how I'd always been. And my constipation that I've suffered with since birth had improved. And it was only when I got to 4 months and I was getting ready for a night out for a friend's birthday, and my eyelashes, one of the things that I had suffered was my eyelashes had started balding. And I was really upset about that, because I've always been a hairy beast. So the one good thing about that was that I had eyelashes. And I was putting on my mascara, and then I was like, oh my God. My eyelashes had grown back, and I literally danced around my house like an absolute maniac. And then I thought, hang on a minute, what else has it done? So I had to really think back and think, why did I say sign me up? And I realized when things stop hurting or when things stop bothering you, you forget that they were actually ever a problem. And I sat there and I thought, oh my God, I'm not stiff. Like I literally every 10 to 15 minutes throughout the whole of 2016 would be, like when you're cold and you're like, oh my God, I'm cold. I do that. But I was like, oh my God, I'm so stiff. I'm like the Tin Man that needs oiling. And I realized that I hadn't actually said that. And I don't even know when it stopped. And then I realized that my shoulder pain had gone, my hip pain had gone, my back issues that I'd had for maybe 2 decades from an injury that I'd had gone. And I couldn't believe it. Like, it literally blew me away. And at that point, I felt that I had to tell the whole world. And so I kind of needed to scream it from the rooftops. So I was at home at the time. I couldn't get a job. So I was online every day anyway. And so I decided to take a look at the business. And I signed up as a franchisee, mainly in order to help other people, because I thought, you know, this is like the best kept secret. And I need to get the whole world taking these, because they've changed my life. They've literally changed my life. And that was what I started out thinking that I wanted to do, was just to help everybody else. And I wanted to see my family and my friends feeling better, looking better, because everybody keeps complimenting me on my skin, on my hair, on my nails, like, you know, and I thought everybody needs to feel better. And since joining the business and meeting all these amazing, beautiful ladies and lots of lovely men that sometimes are on our calls too, and seeing how successful they are and how much they've changed their own lives and how they're changing everybody else's life, my mission now is to retire to work from the beach, helping people from my bikini, age 45. And that is my plan, and that is my vision. And I'm just really lucky that since taking it on, my beautiful friends and my baby sister believed in me enough to give the magic beans a try, and were just as blown away as me for different reasons and some similar reasons. But they've also taken on the business, and together we're hoping to change the world one magic bean at a time. So yeah, that is my story. And I thank you. So hopefully we can pass over to the beautiful Sharon, who is joining us all the way from Australia. And it's like the middle of the night for you, isn't it, Sharon?
It's the crack of dawn, actually. You are gorgeous. Every time I hear your story, oh my gosh, that's me. Hang on. Let me swipe that. It's like, oh, she's there. Every time I hear your story, babe, you just get me. And I think for me, whoever's listening either live or via recording, this business not only is a business that puts money in your bank account, this is a business that connects you to a whole heap of people all over the world that become like your family. And I don't know how many times I've had really wet eyes in this call today. I've been involved with the Juice Plus company for 3.5 years. And prior to Juice Plus, I was exhausted. I was extremely sore. I'm an independent mum of 4 kids. I didn't have 2 cents to rub together. But I did all the war on that. I don't even know how to get it for bond or friends or a real house or anything. But you don't think because you're a world champion, you have to make up a load of money, and that doesn't happen when you're in a sport and you're like one of the first ever. So I just think for me, I just thought there has to be more life.
Sharon, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Is that better? Move my hand. I'll move my hand. Sorry, girls. So yeah, I just thought there has to be more to life in this. I just wanted to impact so many people, but I didn't have the energy to write programs, create programs, speak to people. I didn't even have the energy to get out of bed. And this business just completely turned my life around. I just say to people, if you're looking at this business, don't think that someone's trying to sell you something. This is like probably the best opportunity you will ever get. I have been inundated with network marketing industries coming knocking on my door because of who I am for so long. Like everything, I don't know how I never heard about Juice Plus, but I always say that the right thing comes at the right time. And this company, I tell you what, it just supports you every step of the way. You don't become one of those people where you got to hunt down all your friends, and just sell like crazy to everyone. You all of a sudden become a part of the community that support you, lift you up. Like these girls, I've been on the call on and off with these girls for a couple of years now, and the new faces that come on, and even Sheila, like meeting Sheila in Thailand and having her in this business. And we just spent like a week in Italy together hanging out. Now, I can guarantee you 3.5 years ago, I wasn't even in my own house, which I am now. I'd spin it around, but I've got a new child playing the Xbox. But, to think that I just packed a couple of kids up because 2 didn't want to come and 2 did, and took off to Italy and got to hang out with Sheila and do lunch and dinner and go to an event and have some fun. Like, that just wasn't possible for me 3.5 years ago. So if you're looking for a way to make more around your current, whatever your current schedule already is, whether you're already working for somebody else. This isn't about quit your job and get rich tomorrow. This is just about creating a steady stream of income that is going to last you for a lifetime and keep paying you forever. And what I love probably the most about this is I've got 4 little boys, and I actually get to hand this down to my kids. So when I just say, like, you know, it's time for me to retire, I don't think I ever will, I get to just give it all back to my kids. And when you look at the figures that these girls were sharing today, like, you know, Christina was sharing the numbers, like, your money is huge. We get great money in Australia, but we get paid every time we bring somebody into the business as a bonus if we help them promote. So it's a little bit different to you guys. You just get a massive lump sum. So it's pretty exciting. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Our compensation plan just rewards everyone, and it rewards you for just being a part of the community, sticking in there. And I love, you know, the most is that we get to shine our light the way we want to shine it. You know, we all share things a little bit different. We come from our heart and we speak from a big place of truth, which is just beautiful. So, you know, my life is completely transformed. We're off to Canada at the end of the year. We're back to Italy to go and hit the Amalfi Coast again, and then Paris next year. So, you know, I'm blessed. I'm so grateful. And thank you all so much for having me on. Back to you, Greta. Gorgeous girl.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank you for sharing your stories. I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult to talk when it's so personal, but if we think about, if we share our stories and we can help somebody else, that's all that matters. And I think that hopefully what you saw tonight is that we're actually just people, normal people, you know, your everyday person, and we just want to help people. That's our main goal and that's our passion. So if you resonated with any of us, reach out to the person that invited you tonight. And we are a community. You can ask anybody any questions. We're all here to support each other and help one another. And my back is hurting, so I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna let you go too. Good night.